And so basically we get some more updates on the Kingston technical girls. This is them before the incident. Guys, we basically get some updates that this girl get charged. So guys, definitely watch until the end so we can show on what this girl mother has to say. Also definitely subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you already subscribed, subscribe to one of the best YouTube channels with the news, secrets and reviews. We're giving you the meaning behind the things you've missed.
The 17-year-old Kingston Technical High School student who was taken into custody of her schoolmate Mission Campbell has been charged with murder. She was charged Monday afternoon following a question and answer session. The teenager is being represented by attorney Kimberly Whittaker. Whittaker says she is understandably devastated at the turn of events. The teenager will appear before the Corporate Area Criminal Court on Friday to answer to the charges. The attorney explained that the matter is not as clear-cut as it seems and that on Friday, when it goes before the court, there are some legal issues that will come up. Then they'll have an understanding of the statements that are before the courts.
To be classmates who had been at odds with each other long before the incident. It's not very clear what caused the fight, but fellow students had said that they had been going at it for over a week long before their exam period, due to claims that one of them may have started a rumor about the other, and upon hearing about it, they had to confront each other. So it was basically during their exam week, and after their paper that Thursday, they started going at it again, exchanging words, insulting each other, even threatening to beat each other up. But due to the situation of things now, it seemed as though that the threat of "I will beat you" or "you can't do anything" may have started a day or two or even three before this very incident, because it seemed like one of them came prepared for a fight. Campbell, the victim, was with her friends, and her friends were trying to hold her back. They were trying to de-escalate the situation, but Campbell didn't want any of that. She kept hearing that the girl was going to beat her up, and she kept saying that the girl could not do it, if you ask me. So she should be preparing to go to juvenile. That is the only place for fighters like her, and hopefully if she goes to prison, I hope she goes with her weapon, because she's going to need it there.
Up to date by another one of her colleague or classmate, I should say. First of all, condolences to the mother. I can never understand what you're going through. I know it's not easy, and you know, you're in my thoughts and prayers. Now, regarding this, I know everybody has a lot to say, but you know, for me, my opinion on it is that in Jamaica, we need to have better conflict resolution. And you know, it's a thing where as a Jamaican, everybody wants to be bad, and everybody wants to what we call push badness. And guess what? When somebody push badness, I'm not gonna accept that badness. It's just like, if you come at me with this, I'm gonna come at you even harder. And you know, at the end of the day, that leads to nothing, right? More than violence. Now, I always say it to myself, and I want it to be a goal of mine. Probably not even now, probably 10 years, every 20, every 30 years, but like, what I always say is that emotional intelligence needs to be taught. It needs to be taught in high school, as well as conflict resolution needs to be taught in high school. And you know, while I'm thinking, I'm just like, it needs to be taught in high school, it actually shouldn't even stop there. It should go beyond that, in that I would want there to be a center where you can have, that's always sit down and teach and talk about some form of therapy, counseling with trained psychologists that can help people to sort through their emotions. It's so hard for people to sit down and discuss their emotions in a healthy manner, and is that the only emotion that people are always willing to show is anger, and that they're big, bad and brave, bullbuck and up a conqueror. Like, nobody wants to be seen as the weaker person or the vulnerable person, and that is why a lot of these little arguments, whether this one in the school or relationship wise or whatever, escalate and eventually end up turning into a bigger thing that it should have been, because hurt people. So I feel like a center where people can sit down and talk about how they feel without being judged, and you know, where people can train psychologists can help to guide them through their emotions and teach them proper conflict resolutions techniques. I think that would be helpful, not just for high school students but for everybody, because you know, in in this day and age, we have a lot of adults who are really broken children walking around in adult bodies, where, you know, we have a lot of things from the past that we just never resolved, but we just kept living, and at the end of the day, the past will catch up on you. So I kind of went off on a tangent, but just let me know what you think about having a emotional intelligence or conflict resolution center, because I think that's something that we need in Jamaica. Let me know what you think in the comments.
This is something that's kind of like heartbreaking for me to see coming out of Jamaica, because you never really picture Jamaica or Jamaican schools and think this would be what's going on there. The school even started searching students with metal detectors at the gate while they were entering. As all of people would normally say, this is something not foreign, not in Jamaica. But this is the reality of what Jamaica has come to. The question now comes to, what can we do about it? What can we do as a society to stop our children from harming our children? I'm seeing a lot of people online talking about, oh, picking them grow up too quick, them don't know how to act, these kids don't have any behavior. But in my mind, this case is just simply an instance of society reflecting itself. The crime that's happening within our children and within our younger generation simply stems from the fact that they are not seeing any better and they don't know any better. Crime in Jamaica on a whole, not just with young people, is an issue that needs to be resolved. We can't really expect children to know how to properly resolve issues without resorting to violence if the adults in our society themselves aren't doing it. We can't expect our children to know better if we ourselves don't do better to show them that this is not the way. Whether it's lack of familial support, lack of leadership, lack of counseling support within school, or just the general overall struggles. This is clearly a complex issue with no one solution. The one thing we can start doing is setting a better example so that children realize violence is not the answer. We need to do better. Comment down below, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think is the reason for this or how we can fix this issue.
Yeah, me I say, sometimes there's always three sides to a story. Not even two, you know, three. You know, what if I stress them on her head? When she go to school now, it look like them a troubler, them a tormentor, because she get beat up the day before now. The same one will get locked up, she won't get beat up the day before. School and start back school, them torment you. And you know when people are bully? Alright, the girl that died, she was a bully. You know, people go to school and does a torment other people, so a torment other people. You don't know what the people them a go through at them yard. You don't know what some people go through at them yard.